Hey everybody. Good morning. How we doing? Hope everyone is well. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Nice little move up in the market overnight. Gotta like to see it. Macaroons. Hey Gary. Alright guys, well, first project of the morning. Gotta figure out what our channels are here. Don't usually like to dip into previous day. It's really tempting with how obvious this move is from yesterday's action as well, but I'm gonna start with today, and if nothing's fitting we can always check that out. Morning Grandpa Roger. It's tempting to do a really wide channel too, like this, but I mean, and that might be the case. But we'll see. I'm gonna start with the short term. I'm just going off the first two swings down here. That leads us to actually already having a breaking new extreme on this channel. But it looks like our correction already played out too. Would be something like this. That has a breaking new low as well, and we are pushing back above the EMA. So either way, whether or not we have the large channel or not, still bullish here. No setup to catch this move. A little failed second entry short would have been perfect right here, but that's just moving up. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on the larger channel just in case. You know what? I'm gonna check 10K. That might give us some information. I mean, you can go ultra wide like that, but that doesn't quite feel right. Nor does that. That looks pretty good. Haven't touched here though. That probably looks the best. And we are almost to the new extreme of that. So in that case, that'd be like a little bit widening of this. I think that makes sense. I just don't like how we just kind of drifted out. You know, we have this weird space up at the top. I'm just kind of drifting out of the channel, so I don't know. Either way, expecting a new high here. I think I'll put this back to where I had it. I think that works for now. All right, well, always important to take a little bit of time in the morning to figure out what's been going on with the overnight action. Hey, morning, Jocko. And really, you know, drawing really good channels and figuring out your bias, figuring out where prices are likely to go next is definitely, it's more important than being able to, I would say, count second entries, or, you know, click the buy and sell button. So yeah, always make sure you're really working on that, finding patterns, and yeah, that definitely takes priority. Very close to a new high here. Good morning, Pete. But with how bullish this has been, even if we make a new high here, like even if we get above this high, I think I'll still look for a second entry long. If we were going to have more of a range structure, more of a chance for the bears, this is definitely it right here. We barely pushed below the EMA, already had a break a new low of this, and nothing happened. So that's a big indication that this is the primary movement here. There's a bullish channel. And we could even, I'm looking at measured moves now. This could be a little difficult because of just the kind of slow drift up we had here, and then the overnight move. Like, where do you even start the measured move from? But either way, we definitely have one leg, you know, at least this tall. So we could project that up here somewhere. So I think we have a lot of room to the upside. And looks like the bears had their chance for the time being. Good morning, Matthew. Appreciate the question, Matthew. So does the 10K being extended keep me from trading in that direction? I wouldn't say so, because it's very possible that we have something larger. Not like that really, but like this is definitely possible. And that actually looks really nice. I'm going to keep that on there. That looks really nice. So that would actually confirm continuing to look for bullish trades. But yeah, in general, Matthew, I think that's a good point. Like, if there were a circumstance where on the 10K it already looks like we have a new extreme, like a move is depleted, then I would hold off on the lower time frame charts. And yeah, even if it looks somewhat decent. So the larger time frame definitely needs to inform the shorter time frame. We broke Thursday's high. Nice. The one thing for a second entry long is that we are right below this level. I would be a little challenging, I think, to go long right into that. So dude would rather see us push above and hold that level, and look for a continuation here. Nice break above that level. And again, on the 10K, it looks like we have quite a bit of room to get to the top here, so I feel comfortable taking a second entry long. Thanks for that call out, Brant. We're now above the midline of the giant daily range we've been in. Speaking of which, I don't have my SPY chart up yet. I'm gonna get that going. Good morning, LL. Good to have you. Question is, will we get a little pullback and a second entry opportunity, or will we just continue up? No chance to enter. The more likely scenario, unfortunately, is things just continue up. I was looking to take a short. We lose this level. For me personally, I'm going to stick to the long side, just because that is the overall bias. It does need a retracement for sure. For me, it'll probably take a little bit more. I will need a break, new extreme of this, a push down well below the EMA, obvious bullishness, and maybe a really solid failed second entry long. So that'd be the only way that I would get short. It would really have to prove it to me. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for bearish corrections to play out so I can take a long. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I appreciate that, Matthew. Thanks for the call out. So what I would need to see for me personally to get short, since we're overall bullish, really only looking for longs, this immediate channel, I want to see a break and a new extreme of that, then a strong push below the EMA, and really I would like to see it get below this swing low here. So yeah, ideally it's a push below that and then either a second entry short or a failed second entry long. That's really I think the only way that I would get short at this point, just because bias has been so bullish. Don't want to have to fight the overall direction of the market in finding a trade. And yeah, looking for high probability, that's definitely pretty key, is trading with the overall bias. Good morning, Raphael. Seven minutes to open, and a pending, not really a pending second entry long, but we want it to happen. So it could happen within the next 7 minutes, and we could get an opening bell trade. That'd be wild. All this movement overnight and all this movement right here, and these last 3 bars formed so slowly. This happened yesterday too. ATR is only 2.1 as well. I think we're going to see something like that for the correction, because it's a little bit too early. The second entry long could form really quick here, guys. Given that we're 4 minutes away from the open, we are right at the overnight high right here. This is definitely an area of interest. Lots of bullish momentum. There's going to be people wanting to pick a top. Yeah, I expect one here in 3 minutes. I expect there to be some quick candles. So yeah, if a nice second entry long forms, it could really be quick, and you're gonna have to be ready for it. If it is that you want to take it. I'm not, of course, soliciting the buying or selling of any securities. Please don't follow me, but just saying, a second entry long might form quickly. Yeah, Jocko, throwing along and walking away. I don't know how tempting that looks on the daily, considering the last since like November we're in a range. And we're right around the midline, so we can turn down here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the daily. I don't know about overall market conditions. It's crazy. It's been a crazy year, man. Very indecisive market, obviously, as the range suggests. Two minutes away from the open. We still have not had even our first entry. Oh, there it is. So there's the, well, actually, no, that's an equal high. So we have not even had a pullback at this point. We were right at the high. Okay, so we did make a new high here. I think that's fine to widen this just a little bit so that it fits. Macaroons, the level break machine. One minute till the open. 10K still looks decent for a long. Pull back to this level in a second entry long. And here, sorry, I know my drawing's not on. I'll pull back to this level and a second entry long would be ideal. And it looks like we might get that. Okay, there is our first entry. Want to see a nice push up and then down, so we have two legitimate looking legs, which is looks like that is happening, so that's good. There's our second pullback. Got to see this level hold. This is pretty important here. Man, our ATR dipped below 2. That's rough. Bummer. Not a good signal bar there. Maybe we can get one more candle here that wicks below and then finishes bullish. That last one would have been bullish. I likely would have taken it. Bummer. There's our second entry. No way to enter that. No good signal bar. But maybe we can get a double trap here or a higher low. And some folks would enter right here, even though this is the technical second entry. Some folks would see this bullish bar and just enter above that. I'd rather wait. It's starting to get a little sideways here too. Yeah, it'd be really hard to take. Yeah, that's the bearish bar anyway. This is definitely starting to get sideways, so I think I'm gonna wait. That is just goes to show you the importance of really being selective. If we would just go by like the count, we would have entered right here and likely gonna get stopped out right here. Very important to be selective, guys. And then we're seeing this, and you know, this could go either way, really. This is Chop City. EMA is flattening. You can see that too. Very clear range. If we get a nice push below here that ends bullish, I might trade that failed breakout. Yeah, and we had a break of the 10K channel here. I don't want to see it push up first. Would like to see, again, because of the overall bias, would want to see a breakout below here that ends bullish that we could take as a failed breakout. I'm not gonna fade a breakout to the upside here. Wasn't this lovely, guys? Market open, and we have 10 straight bars of pure congested range. Isn't it beautiful? It does kind of feel like summer price action, doesn't it, Brant? Guess it's spring break. Well, if you've been hanging out with me this far, sounds like you're appreciating the stream, so feel free to give this sucker a like. That helps me out, helps the channel out. We definitely appreciate it. It looks like we're getting a breakout above first. I'm glad you're out of it, Zippins. And that it went $12 in your favor. That's much better than taking a loss. Yeah, that one's just really hard to enter. You could consider this high or low here as a confirmation. I mean, our second entry long never got stopped out. Right here, it's still alive, still alive, still alive. You have this nice high or low bullish bar, but when you have all this congestion leading up to that, hard to trust something like this. You could easily get a failed breakout, which might be what's happening here. This is a failed second entry long here if this bar ends bullish. I was gonna say this is tempting to buy, but that printed bearish. That would have been tempting. And I was just thinking of possible scenarios here. You had a first entry short, that could have been a second entry short failure if it had held the top of the range. That would have been a good trade. But with the move back into the range, I mean, now there's no trade here. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. I literally cannot think of an open that was this compressed, this slow in a long time. I mean, we've had some slow days in the past month, but usually at the open we get a little bit of movement, right? This is crazy. Good night. That's usually when you get an explosive move one way or another. This technically would be our failed second entry short. I mean, that's still on the table. I don't like it in the range like this. Yeah, that is really hard to take right into the top of that range. I think you gotta skip that. Thanks for the question, Matthew. I'm gonna look at the 10K chart. You're just looking at all these top wicks. Here, 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 all this. Yeah, I mean, that definitely gives you some information, right? I just think about what each bar means. That means we came right up here and traders said nope and traded back down. Same here. All the way up, nope. All the way up, nope. So each time prices had no continuation to the upside. So that gives you information. You can also notice that we bounced off this channel, did not reach the top. That's when we're putting in all these wicks. I mean, we do have a break of the channel, so we would expect a new high to be formed. But keep in mind on the 10K, it's larger time frame, so the correction could be a lot deeper. Could be, you know, here before we finally attempt a new high. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta look at it very practically. What are these bars telling you? This definitely doesn't scream go long. That's what I would say. Whew. Nice tall bullish bar here. That's sure to generate some FOMO. I would like to see a pullback right here. This level, test it. Give a second entry long. Feels like we're just going to continue up here, but that's what I'd be looking for from this high here. This is our first entry. If we get a pullback and a second entry, I like that. And we have equal highs, and then we have a new high, so. I'm still expecting a new extreme to be formed from this channel, so I am still bullish even though, you know, some of those setups have not set up, even with the congestion. Just need something to set up clean is all I'm looking for, so. Oh, man, I think we were already pretty dang close to this high here. Not quite though. Still could get a second entry long right here. Holy cow, or not. That was a quick bar. Sayonara, FOMO traders. Man, that's the kind of bar that you almost want to just short on. There's going to be some movement here. No, I'm definitely holding off. I think that goes without saying. Yeah, stalled right here. Interesting. After that crazy of a smackdown bar, we did not get immediate follow through on the bottom of that range. That is quite noteworthy. Yeah, Gary, I wish there wasn't such a delay. I do have it on the lowest of the low latency possible, so on my end, and I'm on really fast internet, so I don't think there's anything else that I can do. Oh, good, Jocko. I'm glad to hear that. Sweet. Oh, man. And Brand agrees. Cool. I'm glad that there's a little bit less latency. Obviously, would want it to be, you know, to the second. But technology, right? This is crazy. I can't believe we had that wild of a bar. And that's getting instantly reversed. No follow through there. Wow. This is starting to get dangerous. Yeah, for sure, Jocko. There's definitely some big money that's going to be coming in here. Retail traders all over opening up their wallets, throwing some money out right now. You know some people jumped in on this. Yeah, so after this action here, I am definitely sitting on my hands a little bit. I want to see what the heck's going on. I want to get some more information. Yeah, and here's where all those stops are. Whoa, are we about to just reverse back down? Dude, this is getting nuts. Dude. Wow. 2 bars in a row like that. Are you kidding me? Something wacky's going on, guys. This is nuts. Yeah. Hands free. Not doing anything right now. I want to go home, Brant. I want to go home. Market's not playing nice. Well, with those crazy bars, it looks like we might have a little bit bigger of a range here. That's right, we do have some sort of news at 10. Or 7. Yeah, it's at 10, sorry. Whatever time it is. That's right, Fed speak. Brant, I wouldn't put too much stock in like, oh man, I should have taken that trade. It's a dice roll at this point. So today is Wednesday. Yeah, pending home sales and Fed speak in 9 minutes, and it looks like that pending home sales might, one or both of those events has the computers interested. We're starting to get volatile. I'm gonna take a look at that Brant possible spiking channel. Let's zoom on out. Okay. Oops. Something like that. That looks pretty good. Just trying to line up as many touches as we can here. I like that. Yeah, something like that. Morning, Grant. I'm gonna throw in the midline to this bad boy as well. It's crazy with all those wild bars. Our ATR is still only 2.1. Are you kidding me? How's that even possible? Here's a second entry short. I could fail. I'm not gonna touch it with these most recent bars and news coming out in 6 minutes, but it is confirming the channel here. Below the EMA too now. And 5 minutes to news, so. And got a lot of blank space. Yeah, what if we get to the news and it's just a flop? Nothing happens. This was all the news. This is all the reaction. Maybe something got released early and we've already seen the news reaction. All right. I think I'm gonna take this. Appreciate the idea, Brant. I like it in a lot of ways, but I don't like that we didn't go anywhere up here. I'm gonna focus on more localized price action. And we did technically have a new high of, or this move right here. Got that new high right there. So yeah, I'm not as bullish as I was, especially after this volatile, choppy range. So at this point, just waiting for some more information. And again, holding off on the news, but you know, at this point, if there weren't news pending, I would be looking just to play the range, buying or selling the extremes here, looking for a good opportunity. I think if I had to pick right now, none of these bearish bars got any follow through. However, they also weren't really reversed the other way. And we never saw a huge snapback bullish bar. I mean, it was kind of like, okay, it took it out here and it took it out here, but there wasn't like instant reversal or anything, I'm kind of thinking that we might get more of a bearish push. And if we had a wider uptrend, I feel like we'd be making some more progress. Instead, we're just chopping around. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go short through 40.40. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, in order for me to get a short, it would have to be a clear break, retest, like that on a second entry short, or clear failed second entry long. It's definitely not an easy short by any means. I'm thinking more like overall what I'm expecting to happen in the next hour. And just have a hunch that we're going to get some more downside action. Price action is still working here though. 2 legs back, and now we're pushing up again. And here's our news. Come on, Fed speaker, say something interesting. Get these computers excited. Kind of muted reaction, but when there's Fed speak, it can kind of be instantaneous because they say anything that suggests monetary policy, any sort of keyword, the algos will pick up on it. They're just in the middle of their speech. Well, at any rate, wait, what is it? So you always got to be careful when there's Fed speak, at least nowadays, with the market being so news sensitive. If we push higher right here and hold above the top of the range, I will again be bullish and looking for longs. In that case, we will be putting in higher highs, sorry, higher lows, and then that would be our higher high. So that would make it more of a bullish bias structure. But if we turn down right here and go towards the bottom of the range, it's again indecisive. Range like, I mean, it's range like either way, right? But just trying to look for some sort of clues of where we might be headed next. Very indecisive right now. EMA starting to flatten now. Definitely look, pointing up. So that's another clue. Like, okay, there has There is some bullishness even in all this chop. But we'll see. Just sit on your hands through this stuff. My mind's always racing, but that doesn't mean I'm anywhere close to taking a trade. This is all a good way to get ruined here. Now that it's pushing up, I'm curious about Brandt's channel. Oops. Thought I had copied it. Never mind. Oh, look at that. I wonder if that fits. Only has one touch on the top. That fits pretty good. Why didn't we have that drawn before? I think I'm gonna keep that up. Kind of like that. We do have our second entry short that just formed. It's still, I just can't take a trade yet though. Way too indecisive. And this could for sure easily be invalidated, just like the last one we drew got punched below. This one could just as easily do that right here. In our range, as I speak. Okay, I'm gonna try to copy this one. See if we can put it back up. Yeah, I totally jinxed it. That's okay, I'm more comfortable playing this, to be honest. This makes more sense for, you know, what's happened the last couple hours here. Hour, whatever it is. It would be hard to trade a big bullish channel like that when this is not bullish at all. We do need to push below this low though. If we turn up here again, that's going to be another case for our larger bullish channel. I don't want that. I really kind of want it to go down here and invalidate any of that. That'll be really hard to trade. As it stands, we have higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. This is pretty key right here. We gotta punch below here, come to test the bottom of the range. But there we go, pushing back up, so forcing me to keep that channel on there. Trying to figure out if there's a way to draw this without a break, but I don't know. This looks the best to me. And that definitely has a break. It's just not clear. This frustrates me when the action is just not clear what's going on. Sometimes things are so obvious and it's like, hey, this is our channel. We just need to wait for it to get to this level and look for a second entry, but this is not obvious at all. I don't like this channel, but it seems to be getting validated on some level. I don't know, guys. All of that to say, when those things are happening and things are not clear, that tells you not to trade. Tells you to wait. So my hope for everyone in this community would be that you're at least conserving your capital right now. This is not high probability environment. Looking back at the chart, there's really no high probability setups so far, so I really hope you are saving your money for a day when things will line up, because this is not it so far. And we do have that push below. That brings me a little bit of comfort. The range has more merit at this point. And we do have a nice move down with a break. So, and a new low. If this can come down to the bottom of the range here, give us a bullish bar. I like that. Looks like we do also have a little bit of a support here. But it looks like that measured move would lead us perfectly to the bottom of the range, so that's what I'm going to wait for. And then I like a buy there. People are getting antsy. When you have chop like this, there's going to be traders wanting to trade a breakout. This is a coiled up spring for sure. Especially with these big bars in here. That's got folks antsy, I promise you. So if we get a move down here and even break below this level, there's going to be people shorting that. And this is clearly a range structure, so if we get a break below there, ends on a bullish bar, that's a solid filled breakout to take. And on this move down, we have a break, one leg. This looks like our second leg to a new low, so this is lovely. Price action starting to make sense again. The world is okay. Okay, so we do have our little failed breakout. I will wait for the higher low. That's not bullish anyway. We just hit our measured move right here. See if we can get a bullish bar and then a higher low to take. Gosh, oh, okay. Whew, I was gonna say that bullish bar is tempting, but finished a little bit more doji-like. Not quite as tempting. Okay, let's see if we can push up and get that higher low. But if we continue push down, you know, at this point, it could go either way, right? If we get a really solid push below, could look to maybe widen this channel out. Oh, doesn't look great. No, I am thinking long right here. Sorry, just thinking out loud, guys. When you're at the bottom of a range, you really do want to kind of try to see both ways, right? Try to see if there is a possibility that prices could sell off. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the market, so it takes a little bit more thinking than just a straight like, hey, we have a trend and it pulled back to the EMA. We have a second entry long. There's not much to think about there, but when there's been a move, especially into a range, it's not like the whole day has been a range. This is overall bullish. Yeah, you just want to consider if you want to play range rules or if you're looking for a bigger pattern. I still like range rules here. We now, you know, the failed breakout is working out perfectly, moving back up. If we get a higher low right here, I'll take that. Almost to the midline without a higher low. Oh, you're good, macaroons. No worries. No worries. Like I've mentioned, that's definitely something I want to look into personally, do some more research. So I'm not trading off it, obviously. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are talking about something that I know doesn't work or I've seen, it'd be different. But yeah, appreciate the call outs, and it's helpful to get a bit more information, so by all means. Yeah, thanks, macaroons. Yeah, man, we're definitely growing a bit. So I appreciate all the new folks that are in with us. Good to have you guys. Yeah, now at 40 viewers, getting like 100 views pretty much every morning, so that's great. It's great. That motivates me to continue to make the stream, you know. People are finding value in it, and it's growing, and yeah, then that will motivate me to keep going. So thanks to everyone. Yep, and no way to get into this. Prices did exactly what I was talking about, that I expected them to do, but there's just not a clear path of entry. Like I said, failed breakout here, moved back up, and that's what happened. We just didn't get a higher low, weren't able to join. Can't forget Zippins, that's right. The OGs. Yeah, please, guys, if you're in trading groups, if you know folks who would benefit from the stream and add to the community, please, yeah, by all means, share. It'd be great. And there's some really solid traders in this group, so I appreciate that. I don't want to be the only guy, you know. It's better when there's lots of minds together sharing ideas and looking out for one another, so that's awesome. So we do have our first entry short. If we can hold above the EMA, maybe consider a second entry short failure. Price is turning down at the midline here. Not a great sign for bulls. Would really have wanted to see prices make it all the way up to the top. That might indicate that we have something like this going on. So I really like this if we can break below the range, confirm that, get to the bottom of this channel, and then give a second entry short. That's going to get me short right there. That right there looked like a macaroons and Jocko trade. That level break. Y'all get in on that? You know, concerning Chin, since you guys are talking about him, I think what he stole, Brant, is like, and I've never, he stole the idea of the two-legged pullback. I mean, if that's the case, then that's ridiculous. But I think he actually, like, I've never signed up for Mac's course or whatever, but I think he actually stole that, like just repackaged whatever that is into a new form. That was my understanding of what happened. I don't know. I haven't really explored either of them, but if that's the case, that's kind of shady. But as far as trading strategies go, I mean, there's a million strategies. Lots of people trade the same stuff, so I don't know. No official comment from me. Okay. What I was just mentioning starting to shape up a little bit. I want us to move down a little bit farther and really test the bottom of this. Confirm that we are indeed moving down here. But yeah, looking for a second entry short. Would like it to occur at the EMA or the trend line. Or even better, at the bottom of the range here. We do have our first entry short, so we'll see what happens. Got to set up nicely. A breaking new low. I'm trying to see what you're seeing, Gary. I mean, maybe if you draw this wide like that, but I don't think that's valid. I think the correct way to draw this guy is tight like that, and then that has a break and a new low. We move up. We are unable to get anywhere, and we do have a first entry long here. I guess we could trade the second entry long failure. That's pretty low, but it would likely also be a second entry short. So I don't like that we never touched the bottom here. We are technically back in the range, so it'd be tempting to take a short here because it's happening right at the EMA and that channel. But a little bit of sketch area to take a short. Is there news right now? Crude oil inventories is it. And that's not even a good bear bar to take a short on. If that would have been a really bearish bar, that would have been tempting for sure. I think the wise move here is to hold off. Till we get a little bit more confirmation. If this hadn't been a trading range for freaking 2 hours, then and we just had this channel, that'd be a different story, but contextually things could really kind of go either way here. Yeah, I think, Matthew, that's kind of the issue, is you could really argue for bullish or a bearish trade here. And so yeah, you could argue for a good second entry short failure back into the range, and you can also argue for a good second entry short to continue downward. So I think the fact that we are back into the range after all of this have to probably favor that at this point, because again, we never we had never touched the bottom of that channel there, so wasn't necessarily confirmed, although we're turning down right there. So I would have to wait for a lower high to actually take this. Because this could easily be a failure. So I'm gonna wait. If we get if this second entry short produces a nice lower high, I like that trade. I could see how someone might trade it as a failure. I think the main point is that neither are high probability at this point. When you can argue for both trades to be legit, then you should just hold off. It would have worked, you know. That doesn't mean it was a good trade, though. It might actually work for both. I would have already gotten filled on that second entry short. But it might also turn up into a bullish bar and give a failure as well. So maybe both people win. starting to, we'll see where this bar goes, but this almost looks like a little mini range here. I'm going to delete that, as it looks like we might continue lower. That would be cool if we could actually confirm this channel. This would be our third touch. 1, 2, 3. Move down to the bottom, and then we could really take a second entry short confidently. I am going to mark this one though, because I do think that had a better case than the failure. For all the reasons that I had previously mentioned. It did, you know, could be a little concerned moving back into the range here, but then this bar goes back below. Definitely the higher probability is to wait for a lower high like I mentioned, which is what I was doing. Didn't happen. But if you're aggressive, I think that's a pretty decent trade right there. Actually, I'm not going to mark it, but y'all know I was looking at it. Would have liked to get a trade today. So dang close to finishing. Well, I mean, we still got time, right? We still got time, but would have liked to get a trade so far. Super close to finishing that evaluation there. 100 and change. That's, you know, basically one trade. But for that very reason, gotta be picky. Don't want to lose and then, you know, have to make a couple more trades to get it back, and then my drawdown has gone down. Yeah. Oh yeah, which by the way, today is the last day of the 80% off sale. So if you have been considering, you know, getting a couple accounts, again, like 50K accounts, like $30 or something with that 80% off sale, today is the last day. Feel free to use that code IMTJ. They already extended the sale. They said they're not going to extend it again. So it could likely be a while before they run it again. See if we can move down to the bottom of the range, or the channel. So used to ranges. No, it doesn't, Simon. That's a good question. Resets are still normal price, but if you need a reset today, you can just cancel and get a new account at 80% off again. Nice, Gary, up 3K after 2 weeks of using your own money. That's awesome. And that's a totally different mentality when you're trading your own money. Which is actually one of the advantages of going the funded route, is that, for me at least, it's a little bit different mentally. Even though like the profits are real and everything, yeah, there's just a different mental aspect for it being an account that you're funded through, rather than, you know, the savings my grandma got me or whatever. Helps a little, at least for me, it's helped a little bit in the mental aspect of things. Helped me treat, yeah, like help me look at setups rather than just P&L. All the really great traders that I've had the opportunity to chat with and discuss have talked about being able to, yeah, kind of disassociate themselves from the money and treat trading as a challenge, and even almost like gamify it a bit. So I think the funded account has been like helpful for me to do that. Really treat it as a challenge, as something that I gotta master, rather than just, you know, looking at P&L. Because I think we all know if you just stare at your P&L and make decisions off of that, you're not gonna go very far. Beautiful looking move down. If we would have taken that second entry short, would have a nice little runner at this point. No FOMO, of course. Bummer, we did not touch the bottom of the channel here or here. Don't like that. Wanted to see a clean touch here, a clean bounce. Not get that. I'm gonna take a look at that, Dylan. Dylan says if I tighten the channel, it will touch. Yeah, that's not bad. Well, see, the problem is if I tighten, this is poking out a little bit. Not ideal. Starting at the green candle, we'll try that out. I can't quite get it. I can get it to touch here. A little gap there. That's close enough, though. Yeah, I mean, it's close either way, right? See if we can get a clean second entry short here. I do like that we're turning down right at the EMA. That's beautiful. We already have a clean leg down, so if we get one more push up, a nice bearish bar, that will be a solid second entry short. Looks like it might take off without us, but we'll see. I jinxed it. Bummer. No entry there. It looks like the failed second entry long will likely happen too low as well. Bummer. No way to get in this. And if I had a runner, I would have put my stop right here, one tick above this swing. It would still be alive at this point. It'd be a nice runner. That's what, 38 to 33, 5 points so far. Man. Yeah, right, Jocko? At least we didn't just go long earlier. Can't say the same for my long-term investments. Yeah, that's why it's really important just to watch price action form, because you could easily see all this bullishness and go, yeah, man, long, long, long. But if you're watching the channels, you got to break a new extreme. You know, you got this range that says, hey, this is no longer something, you know, that's guaranteed to continue. Could get a reversal, false breakout, lower highs, lower lows. You had those wild bear bars. That was a signal that things might take a turn. And sure enough, we're getting a channel to the downside. And if I were more aggressive, I would have taken this guy right here for all those reasons. Would have been nice, but that's okay. I'm totally fine waiting for something that's super clear, super high probability. And, you know, to go along with all that, just because we're in a channel down, this doesn't mean like, hey, now we're only going to sell. Again, we got to watch how this plays out. Once we get a break here and a new low, then we might bounce back up and continue bullishness. So all a matter of just always assessing what's going on, assessing what's happened, and watching, you know, following price action rules. It's rare when things are really unclear. Typically price action will tell you what's happening and what the high probabilities are. Just watch the bars and yeah. There's always patterns to the market. Dylan thought about the lower high. Oh yeah, this lower high. Oh man, that would have been really nice if that wasn't the first entry. could be a second entry short here, but I don't know. It's pretty late. We're quite far down in this channel. This area is getting a little bit congested here. Not clear movement. Could have a wider bullish correction. Reversally. Feels reversally. Yeah, I'm not eager to take a short here, for sure. Bar wasn't good anyway. We still have a lot of room to the downside as well to fill this gap. That's another thing to consider on the SPY chart. I mean, the gap goes all the way down to like 395. And we're well into it, so I think if we would have had a gap and go, the first real attempt to get into the gap wouldn't have done so well. This is becoming pretty orderly, so I am favoring the downside overall, even though we were very bullish overnight. Man, that feels like beginning of COVID Zoom meetings right there. You're on mute. My bad. Well, I was talking about some really important stuff that you guys are going to need to know for the rest of the trading day, but you'll probably be okay. What I was saying, I think, is that could look for a breakout. I don't know how long I was on mute. Good night. But could look for a breakout here, and that fails and take that short. This is for sure congestion. Don't want to trade this. Nasty stuff. Stay away. But we are still in a bearish channel. Still have lots of the gap to be filled. So not a time to go long for sure. But I guarantee you that there's, especially if we get a little breakout here, there's going to be some counter trend traders that want in on that. And if they get smacked down, we can look to join that smackdown. There's Macaroons and Jocko right here taking a quick little break. Am I right or am I right? Man, that's a tempting bar right there for sure. Well, it was. There you go. Pushed too far down. Bummer. But that's exactly what I was just talking about. Just lured a bunch of people in with that little breakout, and then wham. That bar would have finished like right here. Get that bearish hammer, finish right there. That's a good trade. It's a good failed breakout for sure. Nice, look at that. Now let's see. Now we have to judge if that is a break in new extreme of our channel here. Certainly does look like it. So could see a little bit more of a move lower here. Broke the 200 SMA. That must be on ES. SPY, we are still above all the SMAs. Or sorry, not above all of them. We tested the 50 this morning and turned down. A lot of room. Actually filling the gap would pretty much bring us to the 100 SMA on SPY. Could get a little breakout pullback here, although we did have a break. This is our new low. So yeah, got to be careful with the short here. I expect maybe with how bearish this has been, maybe one more leg to around here, and then we could bounce. So yeah, at this point we are too bearish to go long, but this is possibly the end of this, at least this phase of the bearish move with our break into extreme. So not a good time to go short, not a good time to go long. what we'd want to see, because I do believe we have more potential to the downside here, to fill the gap to reach the 100 SMA on SPY. What we'd want to see is a bullish correction here that plays itself out with a break and new high, and then again a move down and look for another opportunity to short, either with a failed second entry long or a second entry short. That is where my bias is right now. And like I said, we could get one more leg to a new low before we get that bounce. That's more likely when you have this big of a bearish move down, that you actually have, after a break, you have two legs to a new low. Doesn't usually happen after a move like this where you have a break, new low, and then an instant bounce, but that could happen as well. But either way, just waiting for that bullish correction at this point, wanting to see it play out, wanting to see it not be that strong, and then we can look for chances to sell again. So far, bouncing right on cue. Gary, if you have a Ninja Trader license or a Tradeovate, whatever their other, what's their other one? Yeah, Tradeovate. You can just use that. If you already have a license, you don't have to use theirs. But if you don't have a Ninja Trader license or a Tradeovate license, they provide you with one. So either way. And if you do the trade copier, you can actually trade your regular account, like your personal account, along with the funded account at the same time. All, with one click, all your trades will be copied across your account. So another thing to consider. All right, y'all. Well, I've let you know what I'm looking for. Again, just one more time, I want to see a bounce here, because we did have a break and new low of this bearish move. So just watch the correction, see how it plays out. Obviously, you don't want it to just take off from here, and then we can look for some bullishness. But if the correction is somewhat muted, hangs around the EMAs and gets played out with a break and new extreme, then I would be looking for another move down, and then either a failed second entry long or a second entry short. I am overall bear biased today for the time being, but that can always change. So watch the price action closely, follow the channels. They really will help keep you on the right side of the market. And yeah, hopefully we get some high probability setups. It's been kind of a painstaking day a little bit. A lot of slow moving sections. Cool. Sounds good, Jocko. Thanks for spreading the word, and everyone else. Yeah, really appreciate you along the ride. Enjoy the rest of the day. Trade safe, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. market time. Later, everyone.